Так, раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Тест мікрофона. Раз, два, три. Плюс-мінус щось видно на цьому. Окей. Жуть. Окей, нормально. Ой, що я нажав? А, все правильно.
A single prisoner altered the fate of hundreds, but he paid a high price for it. He defeated the sleeper, destroyed the barrier. But while all the other prisoners escaped, he remained behind in the rubble. It was I who dispatched him against the sleeper. Now it is I who brings him back from there. He is weak and has forgotten much. But he is alive. He's back.
There you are again. I never thought the two of us would meet again.
I feel like I spent 3 weeks lying under a load of rocks.
Well, so you did. Only the magic within your armor kept you alive. I had feared I might not be able to rescue you from the debris of the temple, but enough of that. You're here now. There's a new threat that we have to deal with. After the fall of the barrier and the banishment of the sleeper, Beliar's wrath has grown even greater. A mighty artifact, so it is written in the old scriptures, will be brought back to this world when the god of darkness sends his henchmen out to search. This search has long since begun. Beliar's henchmen are desecrating the oldest shrines of the gods. The guardians of these holy places have awakened, and their wrath makes the earth tremble. Every powerful magician on this island could sense this wrath. And some of them have certainly begun to face the threat. You must become their ally. That's the only way to stop Beliar.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The sleeper
Has been banned. You vanquished him, so much is true. But it's not within our power to stop the war that ensues now. With his final furious scream, the sleeper has set into movement the armies of darkness. It was an order to all evil creatures, a word of power that they were all bound to obey. His last order was, "Come," and they came, all of them, even the dragons.
Dragons?
They are creatures of an ancient power. I can sense their presence, even here. And they have gathered an entire army of lowly servant creatures around them.
Where's this army now?
The army is camped not far from here, in the Valley of Mines near Horініс, and they're getting ready to attack. We do not have much time left.
Капець, цей звук такий. Що тут происходить в ньому? What can we do now?
What can we do?
This time we cannot handle it by ourselves. Only the power of Innos will help us against these dragons. A group of paladins is stationed in the city of Horініс, not far from here. They possess a powerful artifact which could help us to defeat the dragons. They call it the Eye of Innos. You need to get hold of this artifact. Tell the paladins about the threat. You must convince their leader to support us. And once you have talked to him, you need to find the artifact of Beliar. It is the counterpiece to the Eye of Innos. It must not fall into the hands of evil.
What exactly is the Eye of Innos?
It's an amulet. Legend has it that Innos himself was poured part of his power into this amulet. It will restore some of your lost strength and help us defeat the dragons. It also has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about that once the amulet is yours.
Why would the paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know that?
There are a number of reasons. The most important being, you have defeated the Sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead by now.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the paladins know that's true?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on, the paladins cannot doubt your words any longer.
How can I get to the city?
Just follow the path from here through the mountains. The city is large. You cannot miss it, but watch out. The path to town is not without dangers, and you aren't nearly as strong as you once were.
Велике місто. Ого.
I need weapons.
I can only give you whatever little I have here. Look around in my tower. Anything that looks useful to you, you can have.
I'll be on my way as fast as I can.
Good. And one more thing. Don't tell anyone that you've talked to me. Above all, don't tell any magician. Since I have gone into exile, the Circle of Fire has taken me for dead, and that's a good thing.
І даже тут ексайлик.
Hey,
Що буде
can you tell me anything about this stone tablet?
First, I suspected it might be a magical artifact, but I finally concluded that it is not of any great significance. I have not been able to decode the meaning of this tablet entirely, but it seems to concern the history of a very old culture. If you want the tablet, it's yours. I have no use for it.
Where exactly are we?
As I already said, near the city of Horínis. I have rebuilt my tower here.
But it's only been a few days since we last saw each other in the Valley of Mines.
The servants I summoned to build my tower have done a thorough job.
You can say that again. Where can I find better equipment?
The closest place where you can get better weapons and armor is the city of Horínis. But down in the valley you can find some healing herbs that will help you if you get injured in a fight. See the lake right in front of my tower. A secret passage leads to the valley from there.
Why is the Circle of Fire not supposed to know about you?
I used to be a high member of the Circle. Even then I suspected that demon magic might be the key to the magic barrier. But I could never have convinced the other members of the Circle to follow this path. So I left the Circle in order to study the black arts. That is a crime for which the fire magicians, the ordained of Enos, the ever good and virtuous, will accept no excuse. They are certain that I'm still alive, but they have no idea where to find me, and that's a good thing too.
Це ж звука не должно бути по всій грі, це ж тільки в цій башні. Я надіюсь. То він при мені вже вибуває. Так. Я так розумію, і ХП, наскільки я пам'ятаю, точніше, наскільки я пам'ятаю, за ХП можна бабло отримати, хітпоінт 40. The prayer and offer 3 life energy. I will pray and offer всього лиш 3. Не похоже. Що мені за це щось видали? Не поняв. Ти ж вроді должен видавати бабло. Так, в мене 25 монеток. Більше. там чи що? Дивно. Чуть був впевнений, що він вже прямо тут видає гроші. Ладно, ну не хоч як хоч. Відео тут вообще хоч що-небудь видно? Да, на відео тут прям темнота. Це я не можу розуміти, як це пофіксити. Це прям дуже темно. Ладно, може ще трошки збільшити яркость. Так, це все. Так. Без стриме вообще ніяких змін не происходит. То, що я міняю тут ползунки. Тобто це в мене просто палкає. Видно, треба щось в OBS, мабуть, настраювати.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing to plunder. Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there.
Неудача. Якщо це... Будленд, просто лісова ягода. Чую, там вовки вже на когось кидаються. Чого? Події не дошли. Так. Тут просто палкой. Говорю, фрівовки. Так, де вони? Лестер. Волчара. А, 2 штуки. Досить недалеко. Давай, нападай. Бий, та добувай.
Nothing there.
Прям тут лава? Ну ладно. Так. Давай песику. До мене. Конечно. Криса. Криса. Ай. От ви пси. Щас ще мене. Да. Нет, нет, там мухи, там мухи. Все. Calculated. І Лестер нічого не застілив. Так, одного цього. Гоблін. Гоблін. Подожди. Лісових ягод тут вже немає. Але не пам'ятаю. Остальне що куди? Це, по ідеї, досить... Ладно, на мене. Так, що в мене постріляно 2 стріли.
Nothing to be had there.
Давай, підходь. Чи підлітай? Окей. Привіт, мешки. Так, там теж є, да. Давай, йди. Все? Більш нема? По ідеї нема.
Nothing there.
Так, тут десь кошельок має бути попід стіною. І ще трава. Трава біля Лестер в основному. Лестер, привіт. На хвилинку треба дійти.
Is that you? Really? Man, am I glad to see you.
Lester, how did you get here?
That was a crazy escape. After the barrier exploded, I wandered around the area for a while in total confusion. Then I spent days fighting my way through these woods until I finally found this valley here. Diego, Milton, and Gorn are still in the Valley of Mines. At least, I think so.
What happened?
After the Sleeper was defeated, the entire Brotherhood lost their minds. Without their master, they were all just empty husks.
And you? What about you?
It was the same for me. I had nightmares and even hallucinations. But once my head was more or less clear again, I ran for it. Once, I thought I saw a huge black shadow pounce on a group of fugitives and burn them all up in a giant cloud of fire. At that moment, I really thought a dragon had come to kill me.
Did you see anything else?
No. I took to my heels and ran.
I'm on my way to Horініс. What do you know about the town?
Horініs? Well, it's a seaport. Nothing special. Why do you ask?
I must go and see the paladins who are said to be in town.
Really? They won't even let you into the town. And certainly not to where the paladins are.
Do you have any suggestions how I could get into town?
I certainly do. I worked for an old alchemist named Constantino some time ago. He has great influence in the city, and he's instructed the guards at the gate to let anyone through who can sell him rare herbs. So it's quite easy, really. You collect a large bunch of the plants that grow here all over the place, and then you pretend you're working for Constantino, and in you go. But don't collect a mix of this and that. The guards aren't all that bright, and they know nothing about alchemy. The bundle needs to look good to them if you want to get through. I think that 10 specimens of the same kind of plant should do the trick.
Thanks for the hint.
How long have you been hiding out in this valley?
I don't know exactly. A week, maybe? But there's one more thing. When I came here in the evening, I took a look up on the mountain, and there were only a few trees there. And when I looked the next morning, that tower was there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. Since then, I haven't left the valley.
You mean Zardas's tower? I knew he was powerful, but creating a tower just like that...
Zardas the Necromancer? He lives in that tower? I don't know if I like that.
Don't worry, he's the one who rescued me from the Sleeper's temple. He's on our side. What do you know about the area?
If you keep going down that way, you'll come to a farm. The city starts a little, but be careful. There's not just wolves and rats hanging around here. There's goblins and bandits.
You need to tell Zardas about the shadow. It could be important.
You don't think it was my imagination? You mean there really was a...
Dragon, yes.
You're getting into the thick of it again, am I right?
I shouldn't say in the thick of it. Not yet.
Well, good. If it's so important, then I'll go see him. But not now. For the moment, I'm going to rest. I'm still exhausted after the escape from the penal colony. I think you've got big plans. I'll see you later at Zardas's.
One less monster around.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing there.
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mines.
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
Back to the Valley of Mines.
Really? I wish I could follow you, but I have to finish my duties here first. When you're in the Valley of Mines, could you please look around and see if my old hut is still standing? I'd like to return there one day.
Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the Water Mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damn bandits, I wouldn't be here.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the Water Mages in Horініс. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the Water Mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The Water Mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
What are the Water Mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Horініs.
What was that about bandits?
Have you slept through the last few weeks?
Huh?
I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Yes, they beat me down and tossed me to the goblins for lunch. It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back. But without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
Can I help you with the bandits?
Maybe. But as scrawny as you look, you surely haven't held a proper sword in your hand for weeks. Well, I don't have any choice but to take your offer. My time is running out. So, pay attention. Down this path here, you'll find one of those filthy holes in the ground that bandits like to hide in. The fellows there are the same ones who stole my stuff. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll nab the rabble.
I need better equipment.
Those swine haven't left me much. I can give you a wolf knife. Will that do for now?
You call that a knife? But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing potions here. Interested?
Sure, give 'em here.
Краще довший палку, чим коротше. А я майже мертвий, оказується. Я щось не дивився на ХП. Привіт.
Hey, where do you come from?
From mountains.
I've come from the mountains.
Exactly. You come from the mountains, and that is bad for you. Very bad. They're looking for you. A whole bunch of evil guys. There's someone here you absolutely have to talk to. Follow me.
Who's looking for me?
Who's looking for me?
Half of Horініс is after you, and you're trying to tell me that you don't know anything about it? Ah, I see. You just don't want to talk to me about it, hmm? All right, it's your business. So, are you coming or not?
Who should I talk to?
Who should I talk to?
To my leader. His name is Brago. He can explain everything to you better than I can. So, what about it? Are we going?
Як можна знати, що це не пастка?
How do I know this isn't a trap?
You know, I'm getting tired of you. If you don't want my help, then just go to the city and let them put you behind bars. You come with me now or forget about it, see?
Колись мене питались так само надурити.
Easy, my friend. Someone else already tried to trick me.
Oh?
This guy suggested that we should get an amulet together and share the profit. Once we reached our goal, he and his friends attacked me.
It sounds as though they got you involved with the wrong people. Where was that?
Це було в колонії.
I was a convict in the mining colony.
You come from behind the barrier?
Та ти що?
Man, then we were there together.
I don't know you.
I was a digger in the old camp. I didn't have much to do with the whole thing. But what is more important now is you are in big trouble. Someone has put a pretty price on your head, and he's handed out a few posters with your mug on them. If I were you, then I would be very, very careful. There are people with us who would kill their own mother for gold. But I think we boys from the penal colony ought to stick together.
Then I guess I better thank you now.
Oh, it's nothing. Just make sure you stay alive.
Без проблем. Хто заплатив за
Who's the
мене?
fella who pays the bounty?
That I don't know. There's only one of us who knows him.
And who would that be?
Hey man, I can't really tell you that. You know how it goes.
Держи 10 золотих.
10 gold pieces for the name of the guy who raised the bounty.
Oh man, I really can't do that.
Spit it out already.
Oh man, all right. His name is Dexter. Near the big farm, there's a steep rock. There's a watchtower up there, and a few mines. He has his hideout somewhere nearby.
See? That wasn't so hard. Here's your gold.
And just don't tell him who told you.
Це ж було 10 золотих, ти можеш купити аж цілий болотний косяк. Можливо. А можливо, навіть не зможеш. Can I have the picture?
Can I have the picture?
Sure. After all, it's your mug on there.
Ну да.
Is there anything else that might interest me?
You mean about the area here? If you want to stay alive, stay on the paths. The farther you go into the wilderness,
Так,
There's
проблемки.
bound to be a lot of trouble here before long.
what's up?
A guy named Cavalorn is coming to get you.
Rats, he's still alive. I'm out of here.
Удачі. Ми ще з тобою зустрінемося.
Hey, you!
Пішли розбиратися з твоїм бандитом.
Let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now they're in for a nasty surprise.
Да, командас.
You shouldn't have come here! You deserve that, lowlife.
So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me. Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Ah, yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later... I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the Temple of Adenos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
Дякую.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. You
Фу, нормально.
Nothing there.
Не заглючив. Так, у нас 6:01 вечора. Давай-ка ми відпочинемо до завтра. Чому ми будемо посеред ночі соватись? Next morning. Так, от я не пам'ятаю, якщо сюди наверх залізти, чи там щось можна полутати, чи ні. Здається, можна. Ну, в смислі, полутати то завжди можна. Питання в тому, чи не дадуть там по носі за це. Та йде тут. А. Не падать. Тут? Ні, не тут. TX. Ауч, мимо. Що ми тут маємо? Там далі ящерки. Ні, тут внизу кабани. Правильно? Кабан. Кабан. Короче, даже спускатися сюди не хочу. А тут десь ящерки і ще щось. А це жук. Жук нам не страшен. Ага, тут можна полутати. Нормально. Ящерки знизу. Нормально. І плюс 5 опта, да? І місце. Плюс 10, та ти що. Так, панове ящерки, спокійно, спокійно, не нервуйтеся, я ще прийду до вас. Тут колечка немає, колечко далі лежить. Стій тут, стій. Так. Що у нас зверху? Зверху вроді нічого немає. А, ні, є. Окей. Отут явно пару травинок лежить. Машкара. Ідеї з машкари можна пізніше розбиратися. Так, а зараз у нас тут волчонок. Що ти тут стало?
Hey, stranger. I saw how you came out of them. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
Я був атакований бандитами. Так, чому постійно
I
нажимаю
was
кнопку?
attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
Я з ними розібрався, все нормально.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
Так, ну, та що ж це все нажимаю?
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guides to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be...
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see. I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try...
Чіпаємо вовка. Ні, я!
One less monster around.
Я, сорі. Я хочу цього вовка.
Hey, stranger. What do you want here?
Стань. Ну, критуй, давай, критуй. Нет.
Well done.
Yes, все,
One
отлично.
dirty beast less.
Засунь свій серп собі за пояс. Привіт,
Why are you
дорогенькі.
hanging around on my... Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
А... Із-за Даноса.
I don't understand.
What? Don't mess with me, boy. I want to know where you stand. So who are you for?
I'm for the king.
For the king? That's what the city guard
For
said
the
when they took
king.
half my sheep. But where are those bastards when we have to keep the bandits off our backs? Where will they be when the orcs invade us? I'll tell you, in the city, behind thick walls. So leave me alone with the king.
Ти до мене пристав.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Horініс, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice. But I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide.
Ти сам
The king is
закрив і
bleeding
не
us
манежеш.
dry.
Молодець.
And own, that's why most of...
Коротше. Так. Мені потрібна
I need
одяг.
some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then? Well, you could work off a part of the price. If you're someone who is looking for work.
Так.
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. The bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 70 gold pieces.
Нічого собі. It's still too expensive.
Well, that's still too expensive.
Well, suit yourself.
Давай щось
I'm looking for
пороблю.
work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field. And there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
Turnips.
I'm supposed to pull turnips? You gotta be kidding.
Я дракон
Real
собрать
man's work
забывается.
isn't for such a fine gentleman, huh? Get out into the field, or get off my farm.
Ой-ой. Ріпа, турнип, тернип. Так, то что-то пусто вроде бы. І ви не проти, якщо я зайду до вас і тут трошки пособираю, що погано лежить. Тут теж, да. Тут більше нічого не можеш, правильно?
Hey,
Ріж свою
you!
рібку.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
Well, I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Make me a better price.
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
Пошли до твоєї дружини. Може, допоможемо їй чимось. Привіт, привіт.
Hey.
Я
I've got a
приніс тобі
few
рібку.
turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Can you give me something to eat?
Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a
Спасибо.
good lad.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just
Конечно.
don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Конечно, ти можеш мені довіряти 20 золотих 2 всього лиш. Так. Так. Попробовать бахнути ще одного волка біля Грега. Що у нас по свідках? 6 свідків. В принципі, можна так зробити. Заспокійтесь, на них наводиться. Волчари.
Well done. One dirty beast less.
Де я? Я такий.
Nothing to be had there.
Hey, you, come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool. I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Конечно. Are you hiding from someone? Я click something that хто має гроші. Scrap, tell me what you want.
You don't look like
Tрошки.
someone who has gold.
Well, I certainly don't move in the same circles as a gentleman like you. But you won't refuse my small contribution to your surely
Значить, у нього дуже
considerable
класний
fortune, will you?
прихід.
Well, what
Вітаю,
do you
він круто.
say? Can I count on you?
Are you hiding from someone?
Of course not. What nonsense. I just enjoy standing among the trees so the wind won't blow right into my face. What about you now? Do you want the job?
Cut the crap. Tell me what you want.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. Nobody gets anywhere with you just by using pretty words. I knew it. I'm dealing with a tough businessman here. You're a businessman and certainly interested in a small addition to your purse, aren't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
Ти міг би сказати, що ти збираєш штраф. What about bribery? Подкуп. I'll have a think about it first.
You could get into the city as a herb gatherer.
What? Do I look like I'd be picking flowers in the woods?
Да, ти великий. Любитель цветочков, I'll have to think about it first.
I'll have to think about it first.
All right, but hurry up about it. I've got no time to lose.
Sure. Текс. Ти в нас Біно.
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Can I help you?
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
Раніше мікрофон прям захоплює будь-який звук. І навіть ковтнути слюну не може. Ладно. Тримай своє вино.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got it from, huh? Who cares? Thanks anyway. Lobart will only hear the best about you.
I'm headed for town. Is there any interesting?
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
Ти прав, там є орк. Правильно робиш, що спиш з одним відкритим оком. Тяпка. Тут нічого нема. Тут є травичка. Що? Мерзка людинка.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
Давай свою бумажку, there must be a...
There must be a catch to this.
No catch. You will merely owe me a favor.
Що ти будеш робити без цього пропуска? Ой.
How will you get into town?
The guards know me. I will simply tell them that I have lost my pass.
Так, ну і що ти хочеш за
What do
це,
you want for your
бумажку?
pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me, now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
Давай.
Sure. Give me that paper.
Here, be careful with that. It is very valuable. One more thing. Don't even think about breaking your word. As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence in the city. It wouldn't go well for you. Believe me.
Show me your wares.
Зараз
Take your pick.
подумав. А якщо з ним взагалі не зустрічатися потім в місті? Що буде? Цікаво. Так, тебе меч, сабля, топорик. Хороший меч. Ой. Рібка. Стоптена. Интерфейс. Колечко, Magic Protection, 5 бутилок. 5 бутилок по 3,15. Я, в принципі, можу собі дозволити зараз їх купити. Так, це мені треба по-любому. Ладно, не мені настільки сильно не треба зараз.
I've
Goodbye.
gotta go.
Suit yourself.
Думаю, куди податися паладіни чи в
Hey,
наємники?
you!
Тримай свою пен.
Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Якби ти мене ще раз покормила, взагалі було б чудово. Магом не хочу бути.
Hey,
How much?
how much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Vino says you were real help to him. And that's saying something. He doesn't usually hold with day laborers. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. The bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 40 gold pieces.
Окей, 30 монеток.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a
That's
chest in my
nice.
house where you'll find clean things. But don't even
Skin
think
over.
about taking anything else without asking.
А ще ладі, якщо я в тебе щось вкраду, інше. А? Що ж ти мені зробиш? Наприклад, я візьму собі 2 яблучка і монетку. Ой, монетку. І одежу. Чудову одежу. Так.
Hey, you!
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
Держи,
They should
дядько.
let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what nobody... Excellent.
What?
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Ютум. Стоп. Що? Яка клавіша? Правий контур не працює. Окей. Так. Привіт, привіт. Доброго вечора. Да, це друга готіка. Моя улюблена гра. Draw weapon map. Так, стоп, а як би мені... Цікаво, допустим, якщо я на дефолт скину, Ctrl правий. Правий Ctrl не появиться? Ні. Їх по факту 3 штуки. Перша в 20, в 2001 вийшла, друга в 3-му, по-моєму, чи в 4-му. А Готіка Арканіум, ну я це вже після 3-ї, це я не знаю, це чи аддон до 3-ї, чи 4-та, не знаю, я в це вже не грав. Від мене перша, друга це канон, 3-я це плюс-мінус нормально, можна пограти. І все, далі вже це було занадто тяжко пережити, що було зроблено з Готікою. Так. Готіка, 1 контрол. Left control. More keys. Понял. Правий контрол. Ні? Що? Ні, це явно не те, що я хотів зробити. Да, тут досить оригінальна система бою. Так, якщо Alternative Settings поставлю. Left Control. Курсор. Background, Inventory, Play State. Та, це, да. Якщо в дитинстві грав в класні ігри, то да, смак має бути гарний. Окей, я не маю уявлення, як викинути з інвентаря штучку. Да, або вмісто школи. Це цікаво. Що мені робити? Мені треба буде викидати кілька монеток. Мені треба викидати цю штуку, що в мене зараз. Turn left. Right. Ой, ні, це не ті. Left. Right. Strafe. Jump. Walk. See. Left control, mouse left. Draw weapon space, map. Look around, okay. First person, inventory. Play start. Да, в мене от якраз ностальгія прийшла. Захотілося погратись таке саме. Старе, але тепле, миле. Тепер би розібратися, як би викинути з інвентаря елемент. Так, ну. О, Alt. Супер, лівий Alt. Ну, раніше Ctrl був явно. Ти може це в якійсь з версії було таке. Нічого собі, 20 років і ти грав. Ну, в принципі, так, 3-я Готіка, так. Ностальгировать можно в будь-якому віці, на самом деле. То таке. Так, я можу підняти цю штуку чи ні? Може. Ніщо не пропаде. Ух. Lucky me. Привіт, паладіни.
Oh,
Нет,
stranger,
я не хотів
I
з тобою
didn't see
говорити.
you come from this gate.
And?
And the guards on the other gate have orders not to let any
Well,
I
Просто
should...
хотів тобі язика показати, буквально.
I've got to go.
Wait. You don't...
Later.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Ладно, просто чекну.
I never knew that.
You didn't get that from me.
Ти що, теж хотів саме
Hey,
поговорити?
you, wait. You
Серйозно?
look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Де ви побачите? Де ви знайшли цих бандитів? Ну да,
Gee,
це
I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
Ні, мені ніхто не поможе.
You already know what I think.
Ларіс, дружбан, привіт.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here?
Nothing's ever gonna change.
Зробляй
Did you
500
swim
спокта.
here? That's one way to get past the guards at the city gate.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
Hey, Laris, you old scoundrel, how did you get here?
Never would have thought of that himself.
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Surprised me.
Конечно, я помню Лі.
Of course I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Так. Ну да, просто...
I must talk to the paladins by any
господин.
means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens or play errand boy for the militia,
Don't know why the paladins stuck.
Do you know why
Знаєш,
the
конечно,
paladins are here?
Can't go on like this forever.
nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
I agree with you completely.
Так, ну це на
Can you
пізніше
teach me
буде.
something?
Хоча, в принципі,
I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you like.
Навірно, плюс трохи сили не треба додати зараз, прям вже.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
It's exactly what I said.
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
I'm no better off
Да-да-да. Проводиш мене.
Totally obvious.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm.
To ask me that.
You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
I don't want to hear that.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here. But that could take a while.
Tell me you didn't know that.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Так.
Nobody ever asked.
Ти ж... Якщо я так скажу, може не побіжимо далі зразу?
Hey!
Побіжимо.
Okay, let's go.
I cannot leave here until we know more about the missing people, or someone else takes over my duties.
Да-да-да. Що в мене по статах? Я можу взяти 15 сили. Що мені тут ще треба буде? Мені більше нічого не треба буде. Так, ну перш за все я не буду магом, тому що мені мана взагалі без різниці. Давай, мені 30 сили по-любому треба буде. Так, Snake, Picklocks, Pickpocket, це все пізніше. Трофеї, трофей 5. Якраз 5 цих. Петляний points в мене буде. Правильно? Я надіюсь, що там 5. Ладно, давай спочатку.
Hey, you!
Не, давай.
Teach me something.
Давай-ка, плюс 5 сили, плюс 5 сили. І плюс 5 сили. Я став сильніший.
Good. Your strength has increased.
Yeah.
As if I didn't have enough.
Окей. Я можу взяти щось покруче. Старий ржавий меч.
It's totally obvious.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Так, тепер пошли до... Пошли послухаємо. Нравоучення паладіна. Ні, спочатку... Так, я золото можу викинути, правильно? Можу. І в мене 10 травинок, в мене 12 травинок є. Давай.
Hey, you!
Героїчний алтар, розказуй мені правила. Почали я маю.
I have an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
Do you really believe that?
Listen, the city is threatened by dragons.
That can't be true. Another lunatic. We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with fairy tales about dragons, I immediately locked up the last person who was here telling dragon tales and sent him to the Valley of Mines with the prison transport. So mind your tongue. We can't use anyone here who spreads panic among the people.
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes. The fellow's name was Diego. I think so, in any case. I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
He doesn't see that. I can't.
Може, ти дасиш мені клас Іноса тоді?
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The sacred eye of Innos.
Та, секретна,
How do you know about that? You're not a member of the order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our order to you, but he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
But
I don't want to hear any more about it. First you start with fairy tales about dragons, and then this. Incredible!
There's nothing you can do about it.
Where did you pick that up then?
Просто...
the townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town. Understood?
That's really not my problem.
Тут. Так, where can I find...
Why won't they listen to me?
Where can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
Де це так, знаєте, тут нічого цікавого.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
If you're the traveling...
Почити.
I hardly know what to believe in.
Давай, розказуй правила.
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, The Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the Paladins. Only the Paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
Да, є пару questions.
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
З таких як ти взагалі не хочеться в паладіна йти.
He never would have thought of that himself.
So why won't they listen to me?
Так, ну це
How do I get to the upper quarter?
You're not a citizen. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
How do I get...
By express
I
command.
see.
If you want,
He didn't get that from me.
Where can I find work?
you'll have to as soon. However, if you were thinking the scum,
Ну і саме головне,
I
де я
hardly
можу
know what
взяти
to believe anymore.
броню, як у тебе.
What do I have to do to get armor like yours?
what? You aren't even a member of the militia. You're not even a citizen. How can you even think of being allowed to wear the armor of a paladin? Only a few militia soldiers, those who have performed extraordinary deeds, have been granted that honor so far. If you want to be a paladin,
I knew that would be
you have a long road ahead of you, my boy.
Ой, май бой.
I've got to go.
If I hear one more time that you are telling people here about dragons, you will be in big trouble. Do I make myself clear?
That would be a problem.
Абсолютно.
There's nothing you can do
Рік.
about it.
I can't believe that.
Оп, стоп. А ні, якщо я пробіжу просто-напросто, ви мене не стопаєте, все правильно. Монетки. Привіт, мужичок.
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. And we got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
Я спящого завалив, май бой. Так, я приніс Константину травичку.
I'm bringing some herbs for Constantino, the alchemist.
Really? Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble. Understood?
Understood. Монетки мої. Дякую за 100 експи, звісно. Все, тут тільки одна монетка була. Ладно.
He had better shut up.
А що ти робиш?
No one may enter the storeroom!
And he works all day.
Why can't anyone enter the storeroom?
The Honorable Lord Hagen has confiscated the goods for the King's army.
He had
Вас
better
понял.
shut up.
That's the first I've heard of it. I believe this is gonna change.
He had better shut up.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion. You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Don't tell this to anyone.
You listen to the wrong people.
Really didn't deserve that. That was quite obvious.
These are bad times.
It's not what I heard.
I hardly know what to believe anymore. That all alone.
That's an open secret.
That's really not my problem.
He didn't get that from me. I've got my own
Yoo-hoo.
opinion about that.
О!
That's what I thought.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Неудачка.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion. It can't go on like this forever.
You listen to the wrong people.
Що
The first
таке?
I've heard of it.
I'd have have gone about it differently.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Та
You listen to the wrong
прекрати.
people.
Ти можеш.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Во, молодець.
That's the first I've heard of it forever.
My boy. Давай ми засеймося прям тут.
That's terrible.
Long time.
Юху.
So why
Та
would
що
they
це?
listen to me?
Ну це взагалі було
My own opinion about that.
неудачно. Давай нам. Давай. Це май.
Where did you pick
Що-
that
що
idea
робиться?
to me?
Добавили патчики, і я подвинув домики на 2 мм.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Та що це таке?
That's
He
not what I
simply
heard.
talks too much.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
І хоч би хто навіть підбіг, подивився, що з людини. Так.
We can got my own opinion about
А з другої сторони. Я щось не
Nobody will learn
пам'ятаю.
anything from me.
З другої сторони можна чи не можна
I
злізти?
hardly know what to believe anymore.
He doesn't see
Та
that.
ні, нормально.
I can't help him.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Will it ever change?
I've got my own opinion about that.
Will it ever change?
Я щось не пам'ятаю, чи я звідси залазив хоч раз.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Ну да так, не залізеш
No,
точно.
he insisted he knew better.
I've got my own opinion about that.
That doesn't surprise me.
We can only wait and see.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Where did you pick that up then?
Опс. Ну тут, по ідеї, все-таки не залізеш з цієї сторони.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Talks too much.
I'm not telling you anything
О,
new.
ні.
So wouldn't be so sure to me.
Мені щось здається, що
He never would have thought of that himself.
з тої сторони ж лучше буде.
I never knew that.
I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Who says things like that?
Ух ти. Оце та. Ну ладно. Зрозуміло. Стоп, я нічого сюди не положив. Я не положив.
Who says things like that?
Ковбаска.
Got my own opinion about that.
Так. Так. Одягаємось. Вже виглядаємо хоч трохи прилічним.
That's the first I've used.
Who says things like that?
Зроблю пару хвилин перерви, тому що
That's an open secret.
пізно. Окей. Так, раз, два, три. Да, нормально. А поїхали далі. Так, а що в мене завісла гра? Завісла гра. Чудово. Перший раз, ну да ладно, як є вже. Так, стартанул на очень. Окей. Не проблемка з старими іграми в тому, що погано працюють на новому железі. Можна тихіше музику. Що це таке робиться? Мені ж вуш б'є. Ладно. Так, Ватрас. Пошли до Ватраса. Для початку Ватрас, потім... Привіт, проповідуєш.
Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Vatras, a servant of Adanos, the guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium. What can I do for you?
Да, сразу в кар'єр.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
А тебе взагалі не цікавить, що я знаю про кольцо?
Cavalorn sent me to you.
And what did he tell you?
He said you're in dire need of more good people.
Aha. So, you want to join us, son?
I've got a letter for you. Да, натримаю.
Here, I've got a letter for you.
For me?
Да, для тебе.
Indeed. This is an important message you're bringing me. I wonder how you got hold of this letter.
Так, мені віддав її Кавалорн.
I got it from Cavalorn, the hunter.
Cavalorn?
Да,
Where
да.
is he?
He told me to tell you he couldn't make it and is headed for the meeting point. Whatever he meant by that.
I see that you have gained Cavalorn's trust. That speaks in your favor.
Ну да. He told me to tell you. Okay. I want to join.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
You do? Well, that means you have already fulfilled the first requirement.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, there must be someone among us to trust you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know about it. But I know nothing about you at all.
What do you want to know?
Well, you could tell me where you come from and why you have come to the city.
I carry an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
What is this message?
Драгони
A
прийдуть.
large army is gathering
Дракони.
as we talk, led by dragons and determined to conquer the country.
Dragons? You speak of beings which until now have only been mentioned in legends. How do you know this?
Мій Ксартес сказав.
Zardos, the magician, told me. He sent me to warn the paladins.
The necromancer. So he lives, and he sent you. Who are you really?
Да, от важливо, я сказав це про паладіну, одному з тих, хто має захищати місто, він такий, ти що, сумасшедший, я тебе в тюрму посажу. Сказав магу, який тут просто тусується. Та й, да, вірю. Так, я бивший
I'm a
заключений.
former convict from the penal colony of Horініс.
Good. Let us summarize. You are a former prisoner who has been told by Zardas, the necromancer, that dragons have come to conquer the country. And you have come to report this to the paladins. That all
Звучить як
sounds
чудовий
rather
сюжет.
fantastic, but I cannot perceive that you are lying to me. Therefore, I must assume that your motives are honorable. I want to give you a chance to join the Ring of Water.
Дякую. Що мені треба зробити?
What must I do in order to join the ring?
Know that you take on great responsibility by joining the ring. I do not let just anyone join who comes to us and asks. If you want to join the ring, you will have to prove that you act like one of us.
And that means...
Before we let a young man join our ranks, he must have done a great deed for the ring. Only then can I begin to consider letting you help preserve the balance of forces on this island.
Так, що ти обговорюєш? Прослакали хев. Vanquished sleeper. Та, я був
I
спящого.
have vanquished the sleeper. Isn't that a great enough deed?
My ears hear many a tale these days, including the story about the banning of the beast called the Sleeper. I have not heard that this was achieved by a single man, although your eyes tell me that you are convinced you did this. That confuses me slightly, but I cannot be sure that my senses might not deceive me sometimes.
Я освободив багато.
I have freed many people. The barrier is gone.
Even if you can really claim responsibility for that, the great event in the Valley of Mines has not only set free the water mages and other upright citizens. All the criminals of the entire country are roaming Horініс these days, harassing the population. The bandits have already taken over large areas of land outside the city. It has become all but impossible to leave the town and return unharmed.
Ладно, що мені треба зробити?
So what would be an appropriate deed that might convince you?
Horініс is facing a great enigma these days. The number of people missing from the town seems to increase almost daily. If you can explain to me what happened to them, you shall have your place within the Ring of Water. However,
Yes?
you should take your message to the paladins first. I consider it a matter of utmost importance. Talk to Lord Hagen.
Окей. Так, кстати.
But Lord Hagen is not going to receive me.
Yes, he will, no doubt about it, provided you become a member of a powerful community first. The ring has far-reaching connections. We shall assist you in conveying your message as soon as possible. You should talk about this to Laris, whom I trust. He will help you.
Окей, які ком'юніті?
What community should I join?
Приєднатись?
There are only 3 communities that have enough influence. These are the City Militia, the Monastery of the Fire Magicians, and the troop of mercenaries on the landowner's farm. The choice is yours, son. Laris can certainly assist you with this difficult decision. Talk to him about it.
Окей.
I shall do that.
Так. Полічи мене. Ти ж можеш лічити мене? Can you heal me?
Can you heal me?
Adanos, bless this body. Free it of its wounds and strengthen it with new life.
Дякую, дякую, дякую. Так, tell me about gods. Can you teach me something? Це не важно. I want to make a donation. Це теж ні. Так, ти мені щось
About those missing people.
людей цих
Yes?
пропавших розкажеш? Та, звідки мені почати?
Where should I start looking for them?
Most of those people disappeared down by the harbor. That's probably where you should start your search.
Так, я ще нічого не знаю. Так, і ти щось можеш ще про
Tell me about the
Кацунера
Ring of
зараз
Water.
сказати.
Since you are not yet a member of our community, I cannot tell you everything, of course. But I shall tell you what I may.
Так, це ти
Who
нічого
are
не
the
скажеш, да?
members of the Ring of Water then?
I cannot tell you that until you join the ring. But you will certainly have met some of them by that time.
Someone's gotta do
Where are the other water mages?
They are exploring the ruins of an old culture northeast of Horініс. We suspect that those ruins might contain a passage to a part of the island which is as yet uncharted.
I don't believe that.
Tell me more about that uncharted area.
If you're interested in joining the expedition, I could send you to Satyrus with a letter. You can only participate, of course, as long as you're one of us.
Of course.
Of course. What exactly is it that you do?
What exactly is it that you do?
We stand between the Order of Innos and the chaos of Beliar. If one of the two sides should gain the upper hand,
Okay,
therefore...
okay.
And what does that mean in concrete terms?
The fall of the barrier has evoked numerous threats. The bandits are probably the most obvious one. Not only has it become all but there's someone in town, too, who supports the
О, кстати,
bandits.
да. Да,
We
да.
have found out that the bandits receive regular deliveries from a weapons merchant in Horініс. We try to find such people and keep them from endangering the city. If you can find out anything about this, let me know.
Знайти торговця, який продає оружие бандитам. Так, прям. Щоб
About
вводити
this
цього
weapons
торговця.
dealer. How much do you know about the weapons dealer?
Ask Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, about this. He should be able to tell you more. He has been tasked with unmasking. You can find Martin in...
Окей, спитаю. Так, ти мені зараз про Лариса нічого не скажеш? Чи скажеш? Та мені... Ні, ти... Чи я це пропустив? Я зараз це пропустив.
Wait, if you see Laris,
все,
give him this ornament and tell him that it needs to be returned. He'll know what to do with it.
Супер. Так. Всі йдуть бухать.
These are bad times.
Рекіс, розкажи мені, що
Wait a minute. Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that.
Says things like
I won't be
that.
slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
Really didn't deserve that.
What can you tell me about the militia?
Says things like
What
that.
can you tell me about the militia?
One of the paladins has taken command. He's trying to... But you need... As far as I know...
That's not what my husband thinks.
Щось
Has anything
случалося
exciting happened?
цікаве.
You could say that. They robbed Bosper the bowmaker. What a
Says things
brazen
like
thing
that.
to do, I tell you. The fellow just ambled into the shop in broad daylight and grabbed himself a bow. And Bosper right
Now
after him,
that's
hollering,
typical, isn't
"Stop right there, you rogue!" But the thief was too fast.
Так,
I won't tell her a
до
thing from
Лариса.
now on.
Якщо він ще не пішов, навіть якщо він пішов, все одно до Лариса. Я згадав, що треба... Що у нього квест якраз на вступлення в ополчення.
We can only wait and see. That would be a problem.
There've been all kinds of rumors. It's totally obvious.
Hey, you!
I hardly know it's the first I've heard of it.
Так.
Vatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Vatras? You must have made a lasting impression on him. Otherwise, he certainly... Tell me what you need.
Так, я хочу... ні. Перукна арма.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you. He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me, as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
Anything's possible. As if I didn't have enough problems.
I can take the ornament there for you.
I think I'd better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment. I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
You don't have to ask me that as if I didn't have enough problems.
It was quite obvious. Got my own opinion about
Так.
that.
Some problems solve themselves.
По ідеї,
Get that from me. He thought as much.
мені потрібна
I
твоя
need your
допомога.
help.
And what exactly were you thinking of?
Quite obvious. Hardly know what to
Мені
believe in.
потрібні спочатку
As if I didn't have enough.
гроші. What about some better armor, weapon?
I need some money.
Don't we all? Sorry, but I have none to give you. But Lamar, the moneylender, still owes me a favor. Go to him and borrow whatever money you need. I'll take care of the rest. You'll find Lamar in the harbor district, where it borders on the low.
Да-да-да, я знаю. What exactly do you?
But he knew that all along. I don't believe this is going to change.
It can't go on like this forever. I have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Ватрах сказав, що ти мені
Vatras
допоможеш.
said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
Так, давай ми до міліції.
Anything's possible.
The militia.
Yes, I can imagine you'd like that, eh? Read the law to other people while you're pocketing their purses. The Paladins have set up their provisions store by the harbor. Their provisions master is a good friend of mine. Maybe he can do something for you. His name is Martin.
Don't say you didn't know it's the first
Так,
I don't want to hear that. Why haven't I heard about this before?
So what's your business with Vatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you see.
What kind of an agreement?
We work for them, and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it?
Vatras told me about it.
You might have mentioned that right away.
то вже всі розказали про ваше секретне кольцо. Так, прям. Ти про
About those missing people.
пропавши щось знаєш?
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Horrinis. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
Why haven't I heard about this before? Better to watch out who you tell what.
Так. Давай це.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the paladins, we operate in the background. The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Horrinis. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure.
Nobody ever asks me.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not.
Do you really think?
What did you do to impress? What's like to belong?
What's it like to belong to the Ring?
We are very different from the usual communities. Once you're one, the only thing we truly require of you is to keep quiet. We work in secret and do not want to let outsiders know who our members are. We shall keep an eye on you. Everything else remains to be seen.
What did you do to impress the water mages?
I protected them for a long time when we were still, and they have.
I see.
Так, розкажи мені про пристань.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor? I'm doing what we all do. I fulfill the tasks the water mages give me. Some of the missing people were fishermen. They disappeared along with their boats. That's why I'm standing here, watching the harbor. Maybe something will happen yet. But you could help me. Listen, I shall give you my aquamarine ring. It signifies that the bearer belongs to the ring of water. If you wear my ring, the rest of us will know that you're acting on my behalf. Get someone to take over my duties so that I can take the ornament back. One of us is always keeping an eye on the marketplace, but I don't know whose turn you. Tell him to see to it that somebody else takes over.
Так. Це ж ми
About
вже
those
говорили,
missing
да?
people.
Так, це ми говорили. Окей, колечко. Колечко. Пішли до Мартіна. Що? А що вас тут цікаво?
Hey, you! Where you going? No matter what your plans are, there'll be plenty of time later. You're right in front of the Pearl of Horініс, the Red Lantern. This is the most beautiful brothel in all of Myrtana, damn it. Sailors from the most remote corners of the world dock here just to spend a few nights in the Red Lantern. And now, it's you who has the chance, nay, the honor of spending a night with Nadia, the most passionate flower of the gods. Come on in, and you're going to experience what others cannot even dream of.
Клас. Так, Джек, Соня, Надя, Хавор, Мартін на місці. Чи Мартін, а Мартін не тут бухає, можливо. Мартін на місці. Так. Ну, коротше, я, наверное, до Паладіна піду.
Hey, you have no business up here. Only paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
You're looking for the man who is selling weapons to the bandits?
Says who?
Says Vatras.
Oh. What do you know about it?
Not much, but I could find out more.
Ah. Is that so?
Tell me, what do you know about the weapons dealer?
Listen, we know that an influential citizen in the upper quarter must be behind it. And some of the weapons are even supposed to have come from the militia's supplies. We still don't know exactly who's behind it. If you have enough guts to take on a group of at least 5 bandits, maybe you can find out.
What about the bandits?
We know that the bandits are currently blockading the roads that connect the farmers to the city. Besides that, I know that there must have been a weapons delivery in the last few days. Maybe some clues to uncover the weapons dealer can be found with the bandits.
About the what was that again?
Listen.
What's up here then?
What's up here then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the paladin stuff goes astray, and you're not wanted here. So keep your hands to yourself or I'll chop them off.
Так, просто Ларис sent me то, що якщо я говорю з тобою по поводу покупки-продажі, ти можеш надіти на себе мечики в продажі.
Laris sent me. He said you could help me.
So, he did? Then fire away. What do you want from me?
I want to join the militia.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? We don't just take on ragbags like you for no good reason. You'd probably have to
Spare me the drivel. Tell me what I have to do to join you.
Okay. Then pay attention. The job of the provisions master is hell, let me tell you. Managing all the crates and sacks in this place is bad enough. But every time I spend an evening in Cardiff's tavern, someone busies himself with the crates here, and when I come back the next morning, something is missing.
Tell me that isn't.
Strangely, I'm going crazy. I can't spend the entire night standing around here like an idiot. You, on the other hand...
I get it. I'm supposed to keep watch here while you hang around in the tavern.
Take it or leave it.
Окей, я подивлюся за твоїми припасами. Can you... Да, і все.
I'll watch over your provisions crates tonight.
Sweet. Then I'll take off Cardiff's tavern and woe betide you if anything's missing when I get back.
Things I could tell you. I used to say that myself.
Good luck. Так. 12 що, немає? Давай пожарим трохи м'ясця. Не понял? Медитация просто. Особенно коли в інвентарі 200 кусків м'яса. Стоїш собі і медитуєш. Чик, по одному кусочку.
What with?
Каєм. Так, тут у нас всяка фігня валяється. Все, більше нічого? Ще щось має бути. Fish. Що там як справа?
You're a fisherman?
Now, how did you ever guess
що до
that?
нього зайти.
Can't you simply leave me alone? Don't take it personally, but I haven't been too happy lately. It's that militia.
Так, проблемки з міліції, can you tell me something про людей пропавших, сухарів, бітін.
Can you tell me something about the missing people?
My friend William started hanging out with a bunch of shady characters. And where did it get him? One day he simply didn't show up for work. And that's the last we saw of him.
Так.
Your buddy William has disappeared?
So he has. He's a fisherman, but a little too big for his boots, I should add. He should have stayed well away from that bunch.
What's he been up to?
William had some shady dealings with those crooks. I think it was all about contraband that he sold to the bastards.
Так, а...
When did you last see him?
Only a few days ago.
Maybe he just went out to sea to fish.
That's not very likely.
Ну да. Це він про що?
What bastards would those be?
I don't know who they are or what their business is here in Horініс. I only know the place where they met up with William. I just happened to see William there when I was fishing in the bay.
Так.
Where exactly is that meeting place?
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here. You can only reach it by boat or swim. There's a beach there and a small fishing camp. That's where I saw them.
Так. Я, конечно, дам тобі надіжду, но
He'll
він
surface again.
не повернеться.
I
Не.
don't think so.
Да, ти
He's
прав.
been gone for too long already.
Да,
I'm
він не
afraid that I'll be dragging his body from the sea at some point.
I think I've heard enough.
Spare yourself the effort. I don't believe you'll...
Так, проблемки
Trouble with the
з
militia.
ополченням.
Those bastards keep coming here and taking whatever they want. Last week, they made off with my entire catch. It's for a good cause, they said. I know that everybody's got to fend for himself since the farmers have stopped trading. And, of course, sometimes people just go hungry. Small wonder that they're snatching the fish from right under my nose. But if they keep doing this, I won't even have enough to feed myself.
Так, have you talked? Maybe I can help you.
Have you
Третій
talked to the paladins about this?
Are you...
як я тобі допоможу.
I don't... The paladins will...
I shall see what I can do.
Як
So,
рибалка?
how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times. Too little to live on, too much to die.
Да. Там ще чувак не пройшов, мабуть, 12 годин вже є, але не пройшов. Да? Це ж ти? Це ж ти. Злодійко.
Hey, you!
Що робиш?
What are you doing there?
Well, it's none of your business. Get lost.
Martin will be so happy when I tell him who's been rummaging through his belongings while he's gone.
Well, you do whatever you want. I'll be on my way then, little man.
Так, чи мені йти туди? Ідеї там нічого цікавого немає. Зараз. Так що просто піду сюди.
It was just like you said.
You should really have known better.
For that is the will of Enos.
Чути, як луркери за стіною речать.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
Да, давай поїмо. What can you tell me about? Так.
Could you cook me some soup?
I
Поїстки?
cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
Держи свою фішку.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler. Here, have a plate.
Прикольно. Прикольна звучка.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Enos.
Вау, офігенська звучка. Чого мені дуже понравилось. Так, це той дом, чи той, що зліва? Це, так? Бо я не дуже пам'ятаю. Подивіться. Раз, два. Дві кроватки. Да, це явно не відом. Ладно. Пошли. Пошли в таверну.
Where did you pick that up then?
I wouldn't have done that.
Hey,
Привет,
I
чмо.
don't know you. What do you want here? Are you headed for the tavern?
Let's wait and see what happens. Exactly what I said.
Так, Yeah.
Yes, do you mind?
You've got no business here, right?
Touching that. I don't know why he gets so worked up.
That's exactly what I said.
Are you trying to make trouble for me?
Sure, I'm a master at making trouble.
That all
So
along.
defend yourself, runt.
It can't go on like this forever. And now,
What you waiting for?
Hit him! Finish him! Give it your
Finish
all!
the ticket. What you waiting for?
Ouch. Так.
What you waiting for?
Як?
Attaboy!
Don't stop
now!
Give it your
the
all!
ticket.
Don't stop now!
not
Що на кого нападати?
as if I didn't have enough problems.
Привіт.
Hey!
Я піймав
I
злодія.
caught the thief. It's Rangar who is poking through your stocks.
Well, finally. At least now I know I have to keep an eye on. The bastard. There'll be one heck of a dust-up if I catch him at it. I've always wondered why none of the paladins saw anything.
And why?
It's obvious. The idiots can't tell those of us in the militia apart from one another. To them, we all look alike. That was good work, mate. If I can do anything for you, just say the word.
Ти знаєш, що мені треба. You know what I want from you.
You know what I want from you.
Oh, yeah. You want to join the militia, right? You've already proven your abilities to me. Well, let me put it this way. I'd rather know you're on our side than on someone else's. That's why I'll help you. Take this letter of recommendation. You'll find him in the barracks. I'm sure he can use you.
Так, can just... Stop. About the weapon, all the crates still
All the
there.
Go ahead and
Can you sell me any of the paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the paladin's things wandering off, then we might be able.
Does that happen often?
As long as the provisions.
I see.
Так, ти ж маєш... О, Фарім має проблеми з злочинням.
Tharim the fisherman has problems with the militia. The boys are constantly stealing from him.
And what do I have to do with it?
You have a certain amount of influence up here with the paladins. Tharim needs your protection. He's willing to give you a part of his catch for it.
I see what you mean. Fish. As if I didn't have enough crap to deal with. Tell your pal he should come to me and tell me exactly what's up with the militia. I'll take care of it.
Окей.
Hey,
Справа.
I haven't got time to chat with you. Talk to Cardiff if you want information.
How are things?
If you want something to drink, you'll have to order it.
Give me something to drink.
Так, тебе нічого цікавого.
I bet you overhear a lot of things.
So what's that to you?
I've always got an open ear for news.
Have you got your purse open then? Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
Доброго. О... 5.
I'll give you no more than 5 for your information.
What? 5 gold pieces? Are you trying to ruin me? Let's make it 7.
Давай 6.
No, it doesn't work that way. Let's say 6.
You're a scoundrel, you know that? Well,
Да.
if you insist, let's say 6 gold pieces for each piece of information.
Окей.
I need information.
Інформації. Ти ж нічого зараз не скажеш. Who can command influential citizen, неважно. Where can I find work, неважно. What do you know about the missing citizens? Тоже неважно, вроді би. We can teach. Я все знаю, так. Удачі. Так, такого далі. Колечко я ношу. До Наді ми... По ідеї можна до Наді зараз сходити, чи буде ще з нею якийсь квест? Не пам'ятаю. Прям зараз. Ладно, зараз не буду. Так що в мене по магії 4 шарика. 4 шарика. Треба по-хорошому прокачати хоча б ще на 10-ку ману. У мене 15 очков. Так, я можу на 10-ку прокачати ману, у мене ще станеться на шкури. Наверно, так треба зробити. Ватрас! А, кстати, гроші треба забрати. Спиш? Вставай. Я пішов позичити гроші.
Hey! How's it going?
What's the matter? How much do you want?
What do you mean, how much?
I'm the money lender and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.
3 часа утра, да.
Lend me some money.
Sure. How much would you like? I charge 20%.
Так, а 1000 він не дасть, 200 він дасть.
200 gold coins.
That's a lot of money.
Да-да-да.
I'll see you here again tomorrow. And the money too. Understand?
Да, конечно, разонос.
Do you always throw your money at people like that?
Don't worry. You'll be back. Otherwise, I'll find you and kill you. It's that simple. You've got such a distinctive mug that it wouldn't take long for me to find you. So don't even think about playing around with me.
Ти мене не знаєш. Запий водою свої гроші. Так. О, чувак. Ти там стукаєш мотком чи немає тебе тут зараз? Ну да. Ніч спимо. Класно. Так, якщо я зайду до... Як його звати? Я ж забувся. Тут не написано. Бобмейкер. А як тебе звати? Не написано, да? Боспер, так.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Bosper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Horініс?
Це нічого, що я в 4 часа зайшов. Так, I need to get into the upper quarter. I'm looking for work. I've heard that someone stole from you. Show me your wares.
Show me your wares.
Блін, цікаво, наверное, все-таки трошки з луком пограти навіть. Не побачимо. Так.
I need to get into the upper quarter.
Where the paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well,
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
А якщо я захочу...
What if I want to sign on with
інших?
one of the other masters?
Herod and Matteo already Constantine, and as for but no matter where you...
Тим не менш.
Will I get your approval to sign up with a different master?
All right, you shall have my approval, but on one condition. Work for me, at least for a short time. That way, you can find out for yourself whether you like my craft or not. And who knows? Maybe you'll end up liking it, and you'll stay with me. If you're good enough to sign on with me, you're also good enough for all others here.
Шкурка коштує, а в мене взагалі шкурок немає. Але в будь-якому случаї шкурки коштують дорого. Навіть якщо я не йому буду продавати, то, мабуть, все-таки прокачаю. Зняття шкур. What do you want me to do for you?
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like. Or, you can start with one of the other masters, if that's what you really want.
Окей, 5 очков.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, really. You take a sharp blade and cut open the animal's belly. Then make a few small incisions on the inside of the legs, and you can peel off the skin. Bring me the wolf skins and we shall see.
Окей. Так. I want to start. Will I get... what do you так,
Why did your apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself. His name is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
Да, для Бартака треба шкури теж. I've heard that someone stole from you.
I've heard that someone stole from you.
Who told you that? Probably Bartok, huh? Didn't he have anything better to tell you? Oh, well, let me tell you, if I get hold of this bastard, he can say his prayers. I left the shop for only a moment. When I came back, I could only just see him leave, with my bow on his shoulder. I called the guards right away, but the lowlife ran towards the harbor, and they lost him there. I lit a bonfire under their asses then, and they searched the entire harbor district, but they didn't find a thing. Those bumbling lackeys. I bet my bow is still in town somewhere. I informed the guards on both city gates, and they haven't seen anyone leave with my bow. When I get my hands on that bastard...
Так. Все, можете лягати спати. Хоча вже можна прокидатись. Так, ти мені щось продасиш?
Hello, stranger. You must be hungry and thirsty. Perhaps I can interest you in my wares.
I was actually on my way to see...
There's little...
Тут нічого цікавого. Can you help me to get...
Can you...
Me? No, there are a few people. Matteo, my boss.
Да.
Workers. What about...
Some money, and I'm looking for work.
I need some money, and I'm looking for work.
I've heard that Bosper has trouble. They say...
What do you have...
At the moment, the damned...
Так. Що ти сказав? Tell me more about the peasants' revolt.
Tell me more about the peasants' revolt.
It's quite simple. Imagine normally the city, but now mercenary.
What do you...
And these are...
Show me your...
Яблучки по 8. Та, наверное, сразу треба їх купувати все. Так, а що? А Ну-ка.
Show me your
Що мені
wares.
ще треба буде? Сир в мене є. Молока в мене нема. Молоко мені потрібне буде. Я не знаю, чи я не знайду тут. Давай я візьму хліб, одна буханка. По ідеї, достатньо буде? Ладно. Матео. Так, ви вже всі проснулися, я надіюсь, 5-1. Хоча 5-1 ще не всі проснулися, так? Да? Ладно. Тоді куди? Тоді до божевільного алхіміка. Хоча ти теж, мабуть, спущу. Щось я сам заснаю, здається. А, ні, ти не спиш, ух ти. Нічна пташка.
Ah, you've come just in time. I'm in need of an assistant for a magic experiment. I'm sure you're eager to do me a favor for science's sake.
Easy, my friend. First tell me what this is all about.
I have developed a new spell, a spell of oblivion. I've already successfully carried out a few practical applications, but I don't have time to conduct one final test.
What's in it for me if I help you? Tell me more about the experiment.
What's in it for me if I help you?
I could teach you how to brew potions. I know the recipes for healing and mana essences, and for potions of great speed.
Tell me more about the experiment and the spell.
The spell serves to make somebody forget various events. So far, I have only found it to work when the person in question is angry, for instance. If he has been knocked down or robbed, even if he has only witnessed such a deed, he will scratch it from his memory.
So I'm supposed to knock somebody down and then put a spell on him?
Yes, I think you get the point. But to make somebody angry, it is enough to attack him. You don't have to knock him down. So you should pick somebody who's by himself. If there are other people around, you'll just get into trouble with Lord Andre. Also, it makes no sense to cast the spell on someone who's busy attacking you. Wait for the right moment.
All right, I'll try out that spell.
Then take this spell scroll and find yourself a suitable guinea pig. Once you're done, come back and tell me how it went.
Так, в тебе на продажу
About the
прикольні
Have you been
світла.
successful then? If
Скільки
you...
вони коштують?
Show me.
Так. Забвіння сонця неважливо зараз по 200. Цей. Ой. І... вот Мракоріс 200, 275, 120. Так, ну пойти зараз. Ладно, мабуть, я все-таки сьогодні завершу, то щось я втомився. Так. Я спочатку до Ватраса ж позабуду ману прокачати. Ману хочу прокачати.
But the light was a torment for Beliar, and all that Innos created was destroyed by Beliar.
Молодець. Так, прям-пам-пам. Can you teach me some?
Can you teach me something?
Only the... But common... I...
Так, дивно. I want to make
I want to
this. Mana. Все окей. Тисяч, 2000 треба буде на наступне левел. Ладно, поки що. Досить на сьогодні. Там побачимо.